Gonna go on a song and say, verbatim, you still hang with them that done got your partner whacked? Okay. So you got 21 Savage on your album. And then 21 Savage get on the album and say, get him smacked, then turn around and give his brother dap. So he dissing your partner on your album. Probably said it in the studio with you.
I got Wham and Savage on the phone to stop whatever could have happened with them. I got niggas on the phone.
Picture this. Your ride or die from day one. The one who's been through every struggle with you suddenly gets taken out on the highway. Then word hits the streets that someone you trusted in the music game might have been behind it. That's exactly the kind of heat that went down between Lil Baby and 21 Savage after Marlo's tragic death on the interstate. Rumors been flying and tension been real ever since. Today we're diving deep into how 21 Savage allegedly played a role in the setup that took out Lil Baby's closest homie, the same one he came up with from nothing. It's a messy mix of loyalty, power, and revenge that nearly turned Atlanta upside down. And get this, before things could explode into a full-on street war, Young Thug had to step in to calm everything down. Yeah, it was that serious. Atlanta was on edge, and people were choosing sides quick. But to really get what went down, you gotta understand how close Baby and Marlo were.
PF is not dealing with 4L. 4L up on them bodies. Lil Baby, Marlo, yeah, he know what I'm talking about. 4L, we ain't gonna say too much. We up on them bodies. We talking double digits.
That's what I'm saying.
Young Nudie got 10 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Lil Baby don't got no artist with anywhere near that. 21 Savage got 57 million monthly listeners.
Oh yeah, 21.
Lil Baby got 31 million. Stop playing. Lil Baby sold 230. 21 sold 450. It's levels to this.
These two weren't just some industry buddies posing for pictures. They were like blood brothers who built everything together from the ground up. Both came out of Bankhead, one of the roughest zones in Atlanta, where only the strongest survive. Their bond was real, tighter than money, tighter than fame, tighter than the game itself. When they both linked up with Quality Control, it looked like destiny. Two brothers finally making it big. But right when it seemed like everything was falling into place, tragedy hit hard. Nothing would ever be the same again. While Lil Baby's career blasted off like a rocket, Marlo's music just never caught that same flame. According to P from QC, Marlo's buzz didn't match Baby's wave, and the money wasn't flowing the same way. So while Baby was stacking checks and living big, Marlo stayed deep in the streets, trying to keep up with the lifestyle his brother was living. Baby did everything he could to pull his homie out. He got him a deal, booked endless studio sessions, lined up features, and pushed him hard to focus on music instead of the block. He really believed Marlo could shine for real. You could see it in every interview. Baby spoke on Marlo like family. He wanted him to make it out the hood clean, to trade that street hustle for the stage lights. But Marlo was set in his ways. Even with the record deal, the support, and the opportunities right in front of him, he still stayed connected to the grind back in Bankhead. That loyalty to the streets, even when the door to freedom was wide open, became the move that would cost him everything. And that's what made the tension with 21 Savage so dangerous. See, Marlo wasn't some rapper pretending to be hard for the cameras. He was really built like that. In Bankhead, his name held weight long before anyone heard his voice on a track. Marlo wasn't chasing clout. He already had real street stripes. He was tight with the crew called PFK, Play for Keeps, also known as 3L. And word is they had deep connections with the Goodfellas mob. That alliance gave Marlo serious backing, the kind of power that had people watching every move he made. Marlo wasn't just out here moving weight. Street Talk says he was handling way more than that for his crew. According to sources in the trenches, he was allegedly taking care of business whenever someone crossed the line or disrespected his operation.
Okay, but I see you wear the 4L too. That's Lil Baby or not?
Nah, we 4L.
Y'all what's Lil Baby?
They 4PL.
4PL.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference, man.
Oh God.
What's the difference?
Shit, we the biggest. Big 4L.
Big.
The whispers on the block say Marlo had no problem making examples out of people who tested him. But the move that really lit the fire and put him straight on 21 Savage's radar was the rumored hit on Capo Nuke. Now, Nuke wasn't some random name. He was a serious figure in the Goodfellas mob, a dude who just came home after doing major time. People respected him, feared him, and followed him. That's how deep his ties ran. And most importantly, Nuke was connected heavy with the 4L crew, the same Camp 21 Savage calls family. Here's where it all went sideways. Word is Nuke started messing around with Marlo's baby mama, and that kind of disrespect doesn't fly in the streets. Marlo, being the kind of man he was, allegedly made the call to have Nuke dealt with. That decision right there, it sealed his fate. Once Nuke was gone, there was no way the 4L crew or 21 Savage himself was gonna let that slide. To really understand how the streets started turning cold after that, you gotta know about a name that kept popping up. Baby Drill, real name, Del Cristo Wilson. This young dude was hungry, ready to prove himself in both rap and the trenches. He came up under 21 Savage's 4L system and was known for putting in real work. He was loyal, fierce, and willing to do whatever it took to earn respect from the older heads in the crew. So when the word hit that 21 Savage allegedly put a bounty on Marlo's head, Baby Drill saw his chance to prove himself. That's when things took a dark, dangerous turn in Atlanta. The kind that changes everything overnight. Baby Drill saw that call as his golden ticket, a shot to earn real respect and climb up the ranks fast. But what made his story even wilder was how he allegedly flipped that tragedy into fuel for his rap career. After Marlo's death, Baby Drill started dropping tracks that sounded way too close to the situation, bragging in his bars like he'd done something major. In songs like 32 Freestyle and a few collabs with Young Nudie, he spit lines about dropping the biggest OP when he was 17. And everybody in the streets knew exactly who he was talking about. Word around Atlanta says that on July 11th, 2020, when Marlo was leaving a Bankhead reunion, Baby Drill and his crew allegedly tailed him onto I-285 and opened fire on his car. The ride spun out, crashed, and Marlo died right there at the scene. A moment that shook the whole city. What's even crazier is that later on, Baby Drill got locked up on unrelated murder charges, proving that this wasn't just some studio talk. This dude was really about that life. The pattern was clear. Violence wasn't just music for him, it was reality. But to really grasp why 21 Savage might have wanted Marlo gone, you gotta dig into the gang politics running through Atlanta. 21's movement, 4L, is deep. It includes his Slaughter Gang crew and connects with several blood sets across the city. That network gave 21 major influence in the streets. On the flip side, Marlo was rolling with PFK, also called 3L, a crew with serious muscle and close ties to the Goodfellas mob. What's wild is these groups used to be cool. There's even old clips of 21 Savage and Marlo posted up together in the 9th Ward, smiling, showing love, and counting money side by side. They had real respect back then. But somewhere down the line, that bond turned into a silent war. When Marlo allegedly had Capo Nuke taken out, everything flipped overnight. Nuke was a respected name in the streets, a man with heavy connections to 21 Savage's circle. So there was no way his death was gonna be ignored. The tension exploded fast, and soon the 4L crew started bringing all-out pressure on anyone tied to PFK. Chain snatchings, robberies, drive-bys, it turned into straight chaos out there. The young hitters from 4L were sending a message loud and clear. Nobody was safe if they were linked to 3L. One of the biggest losses during this bloody back and forth was a young 4L member named Mad Rock. Just 18, already known for putting in serious work. He got caught in a drive-by shooting, and before the smoke even cleared, the word on the block was that PFK had sent the shot back. That's when things hit a dangerous level. Every move felt like payback, every day like a setup. It wasn't about money anymore. It was about revenge. This street war turned so personal that only major players getting taken out could slow it down. And right here's where 21 Savage's name started ringing loud again, because he allegedly took it way past the streets and straight into the music. Word is, he not only had a hand in Marlo's murder, but even went as far as dissing him on Lil Baby's own album. On that track, 21 dropped slick lines that fans instantly caught. They were clearly aimed at Marlo, mocking Baby's pain while his best friend's memory was still fresh. That move shocked everyone. The fact that 21 Savage felt bold enough to take shots at a dead man on his supposed friend's project said a lot. It showed just how confident or reckless he was. Almost like he was daring Lil Baby to respond, testing whether he'd stand up for his fallen brother or stay quiet to protect his position in the industry. That move hit different, cold and heartless. Lil Baby was still grieving, trying to process losing his brother, and here comes 21 Savage basically flexing about it on Baby's own project. That kind of disrespect doesn't just sting, it burns. In the streets, a move like that would normally get answered fast, but the music game made things tricky. There were too many eyes, too much money, and too many industry ties keeping everything tangled. Now picture being Lil Baby, slowly putting the pieces together and realizing that someone you called a friend might have had something to do with your day one's death. According to people close to the situation, when Baby found out about 21's alleged role, he was crushed. It wasn't just pain, it was betrayal on a deep level. The streets say Baby was ready to move immediately, ready to bring the smoke to 21 and the whole 4L crew. But that's where reality hit hard. Both of them were top artists, moving major label money, performing at big events, and feeding whole teams. A full-blown war between their camps would have destroyed everything. Still, what cut Baby the deepest was realizing that 21 Savage might have been smiling in his face while knowing exactly what went down. They had songs together, showed up at shows together, and shared stages. And if the rumors are true, 21 was fully aware of Marlo's setup the whole time. That's betrayal at its coldest. And that's when Young Thug stepped in. Thug's always been the voice of peace in Atlanta's rap scene. He said it himself in interviews, how he's had to squash multiple beefs to keep the city from tearing itself apart. He knows when Atlanta artists start beefing, everybody's bag gets hit. So when Thug caught word that things between Lil Baby and 21 Savage were about to blow up, he knew he had to step in fast before the whole city caught fire. Young Thug knew he had to step in fast before things spiraled out of control. This wasn't just a disagreement between two rappers. This was about to blow into a full-blown street war between some of the biggest crews in Atlanta. The tension was real, and if somebody didn't step up, the city could have gone up in flames. So Thug made the power move. He got Lil Baby and 21 Savage on a three-way call and laid it out straight. He told them both they were too big for this kind of drama, that this wasn't just about pride or beef. This was about keeping Atlanta's unity alive. Thug reminded them that the whole world sees Atlanta as the city where artists lift each other up, not tear each other down. He wasn't talking about internet gossip or songs. He was talking about real life. According to Thug himself, he told them, "Man, y'all brothers, we ain't talking about no online stuff or what's trending. I got both of y'all on the phone right now, and I'm telling y'all, stop this." That moment cooled things down publicly, at least on the surface. Thug's word carries weight, and when he speaks, people listen. But in the streets, folks knew the truth. The tension never really went away. That's probably why Gunna later felt bold enough to throw shade in his own music. In one of his tracks, he dropped a line calling out Lil Baby for hanging with someone that done got your partner whacked. That bar hit like a punch. It said everything people had been whispering for years. The streets took that line as confirmation that Baby knew the truth all along, that he was still cool with 21 Savage despite everything. And when fans noticed Lil Baby deleted his Instagram post about Marlo just minutes after putting it up, it only fueled the rumors even more. People started wondering, was it guilt or was it pressure from behind the scenes? After that, people started talking heavy, questioning whether Lil Baby was really built like that or if he was just letting his homie's death slide to protect his image and keep his career safe. The whispers got louder every time he stayed quiet, and the streets started watching his every move. One of the biggest clues that something had shifted between Baby and the whole Marlo situation was how he completely stopped showing love publicly. Before all this came out, Baby would always post about Marlo. On his birthday, his death anniversary, even random days when he was missing his brother. He'd share old memories, pictures from the come up, and talk about how much he meant to him. It was real love. You could feel it through the screen. But once word spread about 21 Savage's alleged connection to Marlo's murder, Baby went silent. No more birthday shout-outs, no tributes, no captions like "Long live my brother." Nothing. It was like Marlo just vanished from his public life overnight, and that silence spoke louder than any post ever could. For someone who once called Marlo his day one, it felt cold. The streets noticed it, and so did Marlo's people, his family, his friends, everyone who knew how close they were. They started asking the same question. Did Baby really want justice for his friend, or was he more focused on keeping peace in the industry to protect his bag? That's a hard question, but it's one Atlanta hasn't stopped asking. And what makes this whole thing even deeper is how it exposes the real truth about the city's rap game. These artists might be pulling in millions, but they're still tied to street crews with old beefs that never die out. The music world and the streets are so connected that one wrong move can get somebody killed. In Atlanta, loyalty gets tested every day. And sometimes, money ends up talking louder than the code. Street voices like Chris, Jeremiah, and other commentators didn't hold back. They all said the same thing. This whole situation hit Lil Baby's street cred hard. People started asking, how you gonna rap about loyalty and being solid when you still rocking with the same people who allegedly had your best friend killed? That question echoed through Atlanta's streets and no one could ignore it. See, the deeper truth behind this whole mess is the constant tug-of-war between street loyalty and industry survival. The business side of rap doesn't care about revenge. It cares about money, stability, and brand deals. Labels, managers, and investors all push for peace because violence messes with profits. So even when someone wants to get back at their enemies, there's millions on the line. And one wrong move could shut everything down. At the heart of it all, this story isn't just gossip. It's a real tale about loyalty, betrayal, and the price of being tied to the streets while trying to live as a superstar. Lil Baby lost his day one, his brother, allegedly because of someone he once trusted in the same industry. According to the talk, 21 Savage played Puppet Master, allegedly setting up the move through his young soldier, Baby Drill. Then, to make things even colder, Baby Drill turned around and dissed the man he supposedly helped take out, and did it on Baby's own album. That's beyond disrespectful. Even though Young Thug stepped in to stop things from turning into a full-on Atlanta war, the damage was already done. The unity was broken, the loyalty was tested, and the truth was ugly. And now, watching all of them still making music, stacking money, and sharing stages, it shows exactly how the industry works. Cold business first, emotions later. Sometimes in this game, keeping the peace and protecting business ties ends up mattering more than getting real justice, especially when millions are on the table. But the streets never forget. That's why this story still gets whispered about years later, passed around in barbershops, studios, and corners across Atlanta. The way Lil Baby stopped posting about Marlo, stopped bringing his name up, and seemed to move on without pushing for answers. It said a lot. It showed how powerful industry politics can be, how fame and money can drown out street codes that once meant everything. When business gets involved, loyalty starts to blur, and that's exactly what we saw here. And that right there, that's the real story behind the Lil Baby and 21 Savage situation, a mix of loyalty, betrayal, silence, and survival, all playing out in the spotlight. What do you think about how everything went down? Do you think Baby made the right move, or did he let the streets down by staying quiet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video so more people can hear the truth behind the headlines. New episodes coming soon, and trust me, we're just getting started.